Hi kids, welcome back to an art lesson with me. I'm so happy to have you here today. I am going to teach you how you can make your very own stamp. Now, some of you have seen my work. You know that I love rubber stamps. I love to make artwork out of it. Well, guess what? As long as you have an ink pad, and most of you are probably going to have one at home, then you can actually make a stamp out of anything in nature. I'm going to show you how to do some out of leaves, because I'm sure you can all find leaves outside. And then if you don't have an ink pad, maybe talk to a friend and maybe see if you could get one from a friend, and then you could do this together. So what you're going to do, first of all, you're going to go outside and you're going to find some leaves, and you could probably even find them in your yard. You don't have to do anything super fancy. Now notice this one is already getting really wilted. So I found that if you want to have this be really good, you want to kind of choose one and then do it right away. If you leave it out, it's going to start drying up. It's not going to look as nice. So what you're going to do once you get them, now I found it's a little bit harder sometimes if you want to make a print of a big thing because you have so much here. So this is what I found is a little bit easier. You can actually snap it apart, and then we're going to build this one leaf at a time, and you don't have to do all of them. Don't feel intimidated if you have a lot. Also, you can use pencils, color pencils, and you can draw parts of this as well. You don't have to do everything with the stamp. But what we're going to do, we're going to open up our ink pad. Now, if you aren't sure if the ink pad works, I'll give you a little tip. This works really well. Maybe before you try inking up the leaf, you can just test the ink pad, and it doesn't matter what color you use. You could just put it in the corner. See, that one's kind of light. See how, but that way you can find out if it's going to work really well or not. And it's okay to have it super light too. It doesn't have to be really dark. But see, look at this one. That one you could see a lot better. So that might be a test that you do. Okay, now what you're going to do, you have two sides of your leaf. You're going to have one side, the top is going to probably be a little more smooth. The bottom is where you're going to feel a lot of the veins on the leaf. You want to put the bottom right here. Now I'm using gloves to do this because it can get a little messy. You don't have to use gloves if you don't have them. Just keep in mind your fingers, yeah, they might get a little inked up, and that's fine. So once you have that, you're just going to place it, and you're going to try not to mess around with it too much. You're just going to put it in one spot and start pressing down. If you put it in lots of spots, if it starts moving and shifting around, it's going to get blurry. So then I lift that up. Oh, look how nice that looks. Do you see that? And then you can either hold onto the leaf again, put it aside, whatever you want. But I'm keeping this in place so I can get a good print of this whole thing. So now I'm going to grab this leaf, and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to snap it off. And again, you're going to put the side with the veins down first. And you know what? If you don't like the first one, well, the cool thing about doing this project, you have lots of chances, right? Maybe you just even start with one leaf. You don't even have to worry about doing this whole thing. Whoops. See how I might have a little bit of my fingerprints in there? That's okay. It can just add a little bit of interest. It kind of looks cool. Kind of looks like, oh, it might just be another part of the leaf. So again, don't worry about it being perfect. Sometimes with gloves, it's a little bit harder sometimes to have lots of control too. So just keep in mind, take this one step at a time. If you don't have an ink pad, you might actually be able to do this with some paint. If you have watercolor, that might work. If you have acrylic paint, maybe some poster paint. Okay, I'm going to put this next one down. And again, once you put it down, just leave it where it is. And if you put it in a different spot than you meant, that's fine. No big deal. Because leaves can grow in so many different ways, right? So there, I've got that one. I think I'm actually going to skip this one. I'm still going to take it off just so I know that I don't have to do that. But I think I don't really need to have so many. Again, you are the artist with this. It's kind of like nature's the artist, and then you're coming along and you're being your own artist out of nature. Isn't that awesome? And it's really important at times like these. I know you guys probably still have to stay at home a lot, but if you can go outside, get some fresh air, see how beautiful it is, it's just going to make you feel so much better. Get some sunshine. All right. And see, again, I've got a few little fingerprints on there, but it's really not a big deal. I think it actually looks pretty interesting. Now I think what I'm going to do is, again, I think I'm going to skip a bunch of these leaves. Look how wilted those ones are up there. See, because I didn't even have this that long ago, maybe a half hour ago that I pulled this off a tree, but still, it can wilt fast, so just keep that in mind. I think I'm just going to do the one leaf right in here. I'm going to just take that, get it really inked up. You can always check on the other side to see how it looks. And then I'm just going to place that right there at the top. I'm kind of new at this technique, so I haven't quite figured out how to not get my fingerprints in there. But again, that's okay. Oh, look how, that's the best one that I did, I think. And it's okay that it's not all in there because I think that actually adds some character. Once you have that point, you can either you could try taking the stem and you could actually ink the stem. Actually, let me try it. I'm just going to ink part of it because, you know, I don't need this whole long thing. So I don't need to ink the whole thing, just this bottom part. And once I have that, I'm going to try another thing too. I'm going to try actually putting my pencil eraser here to press it down. That way I can avoid my fingerprints. Oh, look at that. Look how awesome. Doesn't that look like it all grew just that way? So what I want to challenge you to try to do is to try to make your own creation. Take the leaves that you find, but then put them together in a new way that you didn't originally find on the tree. And you could do this dozens of times. You could color it. You could make cards with this. You could make gifts. And it looks so cool because it's a real leaf. And I want to see these, so please, if you have a chance, if you have a photo that you could send us in the comment section, I would love to see it. I miss you guys so much. I hope you're doing great, and I'll see you next time. Bye!